May.
The show still.
Is this the right?
Yeah, but the show's still airing right now, right?
On Netflix.
It's not on NBC. So y'all.
So they was airing 2 episodes back to back every week. So why they only did 10? So
Why would they do that?
They do their show. I really don't know. If it doesn't come out, the way the negotiations are.
All right.
I don't know any details. I'll be talking about the side of my ass about
We about to go live.
They're doing good numbers.
So play all the intros.
That's all you need to worry about.
So how I started,
comes back.
Esau.
Yes, sir.
And Johnny, how I started. Before I get to the topics, I promote a couple of products.
Damn.
I promote a couple of products.
I've been here before.
Then I ask questions. Then I present the topics. Then I introduce you guys. Then we talk. And then after we talk, we go to the phone line.
Just let me
Sit your ass.
ask Ronald what's going on. It takes 2 to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
Is that you talking? Is that you rapping?
Hey, he needs an adapter for that one.
I need one.
Look, will you move, nigga? And we got Bobby and Lewis coming.
Bobby who?
Old ass Bobby Glanton? Oh, you don't know. He gonna be the wisdom in the room. Hey, yo.
Yeah, my man, Darren.
Darren, he needs an adapter.
We don't have any.
I got one. If we don't have one. That's what you get for moving, nigga. Hey, Darren, use one of them.
I think so. Slide this one. You slide that one.
So Williams, the voice of reason. Your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't his, and you still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. Hit you with a bad pipes routine. How does he maintain his humbosity?
He likes it when it kisses my lips.
Why can't you?
Karate Man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zo Williams,
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
She'll probably take my phone out my hand, but she's drunk too. I can't help but send you a little text. Yeah, I know it's late, but you just like my new pic. Send you my location with the drop of a pin. The rest is up to you. When I'm with you, it feels like I'm on vacation. You take me far away. Private oasis. Can't stop dreaming about your kisses when you're far away, but you insist on playing games.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason has returned to Dash Radio. Yeah, you know it's Wednesday. I got a couple of homeboys in the building already, and we got a couple of more on their way. Shit about to be crazy. You're listening to the voice of reason on Dash Talk X. Dash Talk X is like Shade 45 for Sirius XM, because some people get lost. They get confused. Dash Talk X is the premier talk channel on dashradio.com. Dash Radio app, however you want to look at it. Dash Radio has 10 million listeners, and we're here to facilitate to all of you. If this is your first time tuning in to the Voice of Reason, please understand a little bit about what I do. This is a relationship roundtable show. Now, I've changed the format slightly. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. Normally, it's all women in here. But I've changed Wednesday to mansions. Mansions. You play on words. Men building. Fly shit. In conversation. My homeboy Esau showed up.
That was poetic.
Yeah.
Esau McGraw, to be exact. And I don't know how many Esau's there are, but if your name is Esau and you come to one of my comedy shows, you get in free.
No, I knew who it was.
One in the Bible.
It was one in the Quran, too.
I knew who it was. I knew who it was as soon as they said Esau is at the front. I said, Esau McGraw. Esau McGraw, great comedian. Great. A lot of people don't know how great, but great comedian.
He's great.
You know what's crazy? Where did I see you last, Esau?
Last?
I think it was like, what's the shit down here with the belly room?
Oh, the Comedy Store.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Esau thought I was there to do comedy.
Well, I thought in the Comedy Store is dark, so
right.
Esau
it's
said,
all black decor and everything like that. And you remind me a lot of my homeboy Joey Wells.
I get that a lot.
So when you came in the room, I thought you were Joey Wells, was he, with the hat pulled down over your face, with the beard stubble and the glasses. I was like, oh, there go J-Dub.
Oh, okay.
In other words, you didn't know him.
Well, I know him. I just didn't know that was him.
Yeah,
a lot of blacks do look alike. That's what we don't want. We do love watermelon and we love chicken, especially the skin when it's fried.
Oh Lord,
chicken skin is delicious.
Yeah.
And a lot of us look. I mean, the engineer right here, he look like my cousin Omar. Yeah. We do look alike.
We'll be calling this nigga Omar
I made
for
a
the rest
birthday
of the
cake
evening.
out of my chicken skin. That's how much I love.
Oh, I bet you that tastes good with the icing.
Yeah,
sweetened meat.
So listen, we cover relationship topics. And so many people in my chat room here on YouTube, we're broadcasting live to YouTube. Mm-hmm. I've got over 40,000 subscribers in my YouTube channel. And they all want to be put up on game. Good game. Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, we got to turn Wednesday into the man's day where men talk about relationships. Because it could get a little tedious listening to the women.
Yeah.
Bitch, you can play.
On the cackle side of the game.
Cackling like hens.
Nah, but this has been a pretty powerful series. Corey was on here. I got a lot of other people lined up to come through. So I was like, man, let's get these people in here and let's talk about some real shit. Now, before I do that, I've got a couple of things to promote. Mm-hmm. Out of the Bay Area. Total Package Energy. Marcus King hooked me up with these folk.
Sound like a porno movie.
Total Package Energy.
Starring Ron Jeremy.
I knew it.
Starring Zoe Williams.
Busting off.
Let me get one of them. I'm drinking one of them right now.
Hey,
Can I have one?
When I tell you,
I ain't afraid.
I don't need that shit.
All right.
I ain't afraid of nothing.
What's the crash, though?
No, there is no crash. That's what's so crazy.
Cool. How you gonna tell me I can't handle it then?
Total Package Energy, man. Enhanced with vitamins, natural ingredients, and amino acids.
Cocaine is a natural ingredient, too.
Yes. And it was in Coca-Cola before.
Yeah.
But that's not what's in here.
When you know you're gonna get in an argument on the way to the crib, drink one of these.
Yeah, you know that.
That way you can
There's
win.
cocaine in that.
Total
There's cocaine in that?
Yeah.
Package
I never did cocaine before.
Energy.
You're about to.
Told you I wasn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's move 400 cases of this by tomorrow.
You mean 400 cases or 400 kilos?
Cases.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I forgot he was an ex-crack dealer, so.
I used to sell dope out of Mark's Barbershop in Richmond.
I did.
That's why I met you. You don't remember, though.
I apologize.
Nah, you didn't. You was cool to me.
Okay, cool.
Then he said, I apologize.
Hey, he was cool to me. You just hell on everybody else, man. He was cool.
It's so bad out there. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I found the Lord after that.
Yeah, you did.
Also, I need you guys to go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com, and pre-order your copy of the third book, my third book, The Holographic Relationship. It's on its way, almost done. Man, it's been a long time coming. Go to my website right now, click shop, then books, and then scroll down and hit The Holographic Relationship.
How do you spell Zo?
Z-O.
You know why I said that?
Yes, I do. You spell my name Z-O. A lot of people want to say Zoe.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, Zoe. That's a nice shirt, Zoe.
Where you going, Zoe?
Zoe sounds like Joey, the guy you look like.
Here we go. And
somebody Google Joey Wells and then Google Zo and tell me I'm bullshit.
Zo without the E.
Zo without the E, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Zo
Za.
Now somebody spelled his name yesterday, Z-O-E.
You should see how people spell Esau.
How do they spell Esau?
Oh man, E-S-A-W is the most famous one. Right. Or too many S's or two A's.
Esau.
Yeah. Or somebody put a H on the end of my name.
How do you spell it?
Esau.
How do you spell it?
E-S-A-U.
That's how I spelled it.
That's the biblical spelling.
That's how it's in the Bible.
I was about to say, I don't know no other spelling.
ISA is in the Quran. I spell it that way too.
ISA is Isa, and that's Jesus.
Until I was 6 because I couldn't spell the other.
Ladies and gentlemen, spelling class is over.
I know.
At least you wasn't 16 still spelling it.
I still don't know which there to use in a sentence.
I do.
Oh, Jesus.
The I one or the one with
I
the
for a person.
The two E's.
T-H-E-I-R is like a person.
My man.
I don't even use that one.
We just waiting for Lou Dix to show up.
No, we not. The show has already started. We live on the air.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So let me present the topic then. Because I think it's very important that we have this conversation. Y'all saw that the little girl in the news who basically just said, I'm not black. I don't fuck with black people.
Yeah.
Y'all, and then the brother comes out and says it's a hoax.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
And then we were just trying to get to Dr. Phil. We were trying to get that free trip. That's what came out.
The gap in her tooth said nigga.
Yeah, you can't have a Cornell West gap talking about you.
Yeah, you can't have that kind of gap.
Yeah.
It'll take at least 2 weeks.
You can't have a water gun mouth.
It'll take her 2 weeks to eat some corn on the cob because she going to miss a whole row. You can't have that big a gap and just say, I'm not black.
I just feel like, I don't really pay attention to stuff like that too close because, when people think a weirdo, they think of some fat white dude with a bald head, and thick black. No, weirdos come in all. There's a fine ass chick somewhere.
Yeah.
Who is a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Fucking strange.
The weirdos come in all shapes and sizes.
And they show their true color. They'll show that they're weird.
Yeah.
When she came out and made that statement that she's not black, the bitch had a pressing comb in her purse. And you saying you're not black.
Then you got a perm.
That's temporary.
Right. How you gonna have a temporary?
Temporary perm.
If you're not black, let's see that natural hair then.
So today's topic is Color Struck, a deeper look at the black man's thoughts on colorism. I got a homeboy. I don't even want to out him. I mean, he makes beats. He's a producer.
Well, nobody knows what he looks like. Go ahead.
Joe Don.
Yeah.
Don't.
Ain't got no complexion.
But he's a big 6'7", 6'8", dark brown brother. I ain't never seen him with a chocolate sister.
Ever.
And I wonder, is that just what you attracted to? Is that just what resonates with you, or is that like some internal choice going on?
It's probably a subconscious internal choice that wants him to prevent his children from having to deal with some of the ridicule he dealt with from having that dark.
Oh, it just could be like they say, opposite attract.
Could be.
If I'm light skinned, which I am light skinned supreme.
You light skinned it?
I'm light skinned. I put that on there on purpose.
Or skinned it.
Yeah, I put that on purpose. And sometimes like you like, and not even just black people, just like opposites attract. A good girl gonna like a bad boy. A bad boy, you know what I'm saying? When I was doing foul things in the streets. I wanted a church girl. I wanted a good girl.
But you know, that also goes into the fact, and it is a fact, that a lot of darker complected brothers are automatically considered bad boys.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I mean? Because Johnny, you light, so you were probably compensating for your lightness.
I was the only light-skinned dude. My family was the only light-skinned family in
Did you ever
Richmond.
feel like you had something to prove because you was light, and other dudes thought you was soft because you was light? Because that comes along with that colorism too. Just because you light, some darker brothers think you soft, and now you getting your ass whooped by a dude with green eyes.
And I just gotta be honest.
Because some of the coldest dudes I ever met was orange dudes.
But you're 100% right, because I was fair, because I'm light-skinned. People thought, oh, he must be soft. And it's like 10 people in my family.
Right.
And I'm the smallest person in my family. I got a sister 5'10", 250.
Yeah.
Everybody's 230. I got a brother 6'1", 315.
They didn't know that you've been boxing since you was 5?
They didn't know.
Oh, so they found
out. They found out in Mark barbershop. I used to whoop Zo. When I said I whooped a gang of ass in that barbershop, and it was all because they treated me funny, because light skin is not tough. I'm light skinned, and I know light skin ain't tough.
Johnny is ain't but a couple of years older than me, but when you a kid, a couple of years seems like a lot.
Yeah.
So we're men now. We the same age.
Yeah.
But I used to be I know them from the barbershop.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm from Northern California.
Hold on. Johnny.
You from Sac?
You just reinforced the stereotype we trying to undo.
No, we are trying to undo it, but we got to tell the story.
But you got to tell the truth. I don't know.
And I used to think he was crazy. And then when
so did Marcus King.
Yeah, and so when I seen him little bit later, and I started doing comedy and stuff in my late teens and early 20s, I seen him on stage, and I was like, oh,
that's why
that guy's funny. Oh. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, I used to be scared of him.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason. You're hearing a bunch of voices in here talk. Let me tell you who you're listening to. The homeboy Esau McGraw, comedian, actor. Brother is talented, super funny.
Now a writer.
And you're also listening to Johnny motherfucking Mack. Foxhole radio fame, but also a writer. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Johnny's behind the damn scenes, writing on a lot of shit you watch every week.
Yeah. That's how you put your daughter through college, right there.
That's how it happens.
I had to make sure mine was smart, because I didn't make no money till I graduated.
It's my seed. I knew she wasn't gonna be smart. I said, let me say this.
You know, it's crazy on the colorism side. It's like, you know, it's crazy. And I looked this statistic up. In lighter complected black women are more likely to get married.
Yes.
Than darker complected black women, and who they marry is more likely to be men that monetarily make more money with more upscale careers.
That's
true. You know, the dentists, the doctors, the actors. You know what I mean? Like, remember at the VMAs they had that Black Power picture?
Yeah.
Look at all the women.
Wow.
Not one dark skinned woman.
Wow.
So that'll tell you a lot about, you know, our issues as a people. You know what I mean? And how we look at ourselves and deal with ourselves. And it's not just us, though. The Latinos, the light ones don't like the dark ones. Watch Channel 19. Watch Telemundo.
They do that,
and watch
too.
The Beach Party. You ain't going to see one brown Latino
I think
there.
that's an individual, because whether I'm fair skinned, dark skinned, or real dark, what's my work ethic like?
Yeah.
Now, I ain't going to talk shit, but most light skinned women they get off, they get off on their prettiness.
I don't think so. I do some really hard work in
I think I
think it's an internal thing, because I'm not trying to minimize. I'm not minimizing the black struggle, no matter what complexion you are.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Johnny Mack and Esau. I know you motherfuckers have known each other since childhood and kids and shit, but let me tell you something. On the Voice of Reason, we don't talk over each other. Don't you want the 10 million motherfuckers who are listening right now to hear every single word y'all got to say?
No, it's my bad. I accept responsibility for talking while Johnny was talking.
Thank you, sir.
No, but you got a lot to say. I just think that it's an individual. Because, you know, if we put that stereotype like, because I'm dark skinned, I got to be the villain in the movie. Or because I'm fair skinned.
But that's part of racism, though. Racism did that.
White supremacy.
White supremacy through the media did that part.
I went out for a black movie. And I went for a movie, and it was I can't think of the name. Not Grand Theft Auto. They were stealing cars. And the lady that was casting, her name was Sydney, I ain't gonna say her last name, said I couldn't do it. I'm like, why not? She's like, you're too light-skinned. Light-skinned people don't do these type of crimes. I'm like, bitch, I just got out the pen. I wish you would have told that to the judge.
So wait, peep game though. I see where, and this is why I love Johnny Mack. Because Johnny Mack is a truthful and viscerally honest motherfucker. He speaks from where he's at, right?
Right.
Like what he's experienced, what he's seen, what he's been through, right there. That's where Johnny is. And I appreciate that shit. But let me put a layer on top of that. Right? Racism is in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Racism is in society. It's in education. It's in politics. Right?
Yep.
Here we are close to November 6th, and there's still voter registration fraud. There's still people out there preventing voter suppression, preventing certain groups of people that are in a certain socio-economic bracket, that are in a certain racial bracket, that they don't want people to vote.
I don't know if that would be racism. It's just that
absolutely,
it would just be
racism.
that. Let's say it's a congressman. He's just trying to win. He's gonna do what he got to do, mudsling or whatever. So he want to get that black, that white, that Hispanic, every vote for him, and he's gonna lie on his who he's going against, and just to get the vote. I'm just trying to win by any means necessary. It's not about black, white, whatever. We all know that Donald Trump is a piece of shit, but he's just trying to win.
No, Johnny Mack. He's not just a piece of shit. He's a racist piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Let's not forget that.
A racist piece of orange shit.
Right.
He didn't care where he got the votes from that he stole, but he just wanted to win.
But you think, no. Race is part of it, Johnny.
I don't know.
You can't marginalize and minimize racism when there's economic redlining. There's fucking redlining in real estate. There's Jim Crow laws. There was all types of shit.
Republicans ain't rich.
But that doesn't mean
Donald Trump is
white. When you get your ass whooped at a Donald Trump rally because you're a black man, then race has a lot to do with it.
Well, first of all, I shouldn't have been there.
And when Donald Trump says there was a time when we'd have treated him a lot rougher than that.
That's true.
Then that goes straight to racism.
That's
right.
true.
You know what I'm saying? When you have voter suppression in certain places in the South where only black people are, then that's racism.
But we talk about it in the ballot when you go to vote. He's not talking about at the rally.
No, we're talking about voting. Voter suppression.
That's what we talk about.
When we're preventing you from voting.
Are white people suppressed?
What's his name?
When they vote?
When his brother stole Florida for him. Bush. It wasn't a black or white thing. I was there to steal. If you steal, I steal from black, white, Hispanic, or whatever, if I'm stealing. It was Jed Bush, right?
But again, this is back to Johnny.
But again, you're talking about.
Then I could be wrong.
But then again, you're talking about a place that has one of the highest concentrations of new voters in Florida. So they didn't want that. You know what I mean? They didn't want all these black folks that never voted before to vote.
All of that.
Wow.
All of that.
Wow.
It's ingrained in us through white supremacy, and it's something that we have to take responsibility for and face ourselves as a people, because the person who put it on us wants us to stick. So why would he help us do it? We got to do it ourselves. We have to recognize it first. You know what I'm saying? And understand that, there's a lot of self-hatred in the black community.
Exactly.
A lot of dark-skinned black people have interracial relationships just so that their kids can be so-called better looking or more accepted in society because they know how they were treated.
How about that?
I call them designer babies.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Mansions edition of The Voice of Reason on Dash Talk X. I'm Zo Williams, the voice of reason. My special guest tonight, actors, comedian extraordinaire, Johnny Mack and Esau McGraw.
Always clap at Esau now.
A deeper look at the black man's thoughts on colorism. I want to know what brothers think. Do we think light-skinned chicks are flyer than the chocolate ones? Let's just be fucking honest.
I would say no, I don't.
I know I don't. God damn it. I ain't gonna get into my personal shit, but I know I don't.
When I was younger, I had a thing for mixed chicks because I felt like that was exotic, and there's no place in the world where mixed chicks come from. You gotta mix them to get them.
In Sacramento?
So everywhere, anywhere you go, there is no such thing as a race of people that are Japanese and black. Is there? You got to mix that to get that. So I was really trying to be on every mix I could find. You mix anything with black, I'm on it.
Wow.
And then but then as you get older, you find out that what works for your life is what works for your life. My first girlfriend, her name was Antoinette Carpenter. Beautiful woman. I mean, she was Akon Snipes dark. Prettiest girl, had a Jerry curl. You know what I mean? Beautiful. You know what I mean? So I am in no way
Snipes.
Yeah.
You can't let that ride. Akon Snipes dark.
Antoinette was banging. She was fine, little slimmy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So fine is fine to me.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Me too.
When I was a little boy, even when I was a little
In the
boy,
black world.
I didn't understand the world. I was a little 5-year-old boy. I already knew that black people with pink gums get treated better than black people with the dark gums. I knew it.
You mean you can't have gums like Cheryl Underwood?
If you got Cheryl Underwood gums, bro, you not gonna be. Look at the Cheryl Underwood.
You can't even chew gum.
When you got like her gums. When you got patent leather gums, you can't smile.
Leather gums.
Like a goddamn.
When you got Tootsie gums,
like bedroom furniture in your mouth. You can't have that.
No. So shout out to Cheryl Underwood. Very
funny.
One of the smartest comedians I've ever heard.
One of the smartest people. If you sit down and talk to her,
I've never had the opportunity, but I would love to.
I have.
I've talked to her.
She's smart motherfucker, boy.
But I never cared about your skin color. I just want a pretty girl.
You know what's
and more importantly, this gonna sound shallow. I just need a girl with ass.
Well,
Here we go. Who got the fattest ass?
I'm dating
Light
your
skin
ass.
or
I'm not
dark
even
skin?
dating her. I'm dating her ass.
who got a fat ass? The fatter asses?
Shit, it ain't. It's
You
the same.
can't put no complexion on ass.
Yes, you can.
Per capita,
I'm gonna say the
I'm gonna
girls in
say
Oakland.
the dark skinned girls got more ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Ladies
Because
and
I ain't never saw a track team. I mean, I think Flojo was the one light skinned girl
Flojo.
that
she was
can
cold.
outrun.
She was cold.
Ooh wee.
Because when you look at the track team and you look at them at the lineup and you see the dark girl, you think she gonna win. You like,
Off tops.
Ain't nobody
I
faster
don't think
than
that.
Ain't nobody faster than that dark girl. That's
I
what
don't
you
think
think.
that.
Especially if she from Jamaica.
Is she from
Jamaica Queens or
She could be-
from the real Jamaica?
She could be from Jamaica or she could be from down south. She gonna beat everybody.
The most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life is Haitian.
Same here.
I'm in Miami, walking down Ocean
I can't say
Avenue,
that.
minding my business, drunk as hell. And this woman comes walking up, and I'm telling you, she Akon Snipes, I'm like, where are you from? She's like, Haiti, and I was like, where is that? She was like, Americans call it Haiti. I was like, man, I thought y'all was all on the boat with flies on your face, starving to death.
The most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life.
That's that white supremacy. That's that propaganda machine.
Damn.
You think Haitian people are just some crazy, crusty
swatters.
looking people? No, Haitian people are beautiful people.
The most beautiful girl I've seen in my life is the one I went home with on Saturday.
The last one.
Okay.
Yeah, goddamn right.
That's when you was like, that's most beautiful.
Ladies and
Give it to you where he's
gentlemen,
at, right where he's at is right.
The one that
just
says
like you
yes,
said.
she's the most beautiful girl in the world. The one that says yes.
yeah.
The one that said no ain't shit.
Okay.
The one that says yes.
ladies and gentlemen,
Ain't that how you feel?
Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, is live on Dash Talk X. If you want to chime in on this conversation, please call us right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. I love...
Use your light skinned fingers. when
No,
you down,
hey man, I love Belizean chicks. I love Jamaican chicks. I love Cuban.
When I was
Why not just simple old
When
LA
I was a
chicks?
kid,
Oakland.
I
Why we
love
gotta go
all
over
that.
there?
When I was a kid, I had, and don't laugh, don't think of, when I was a kid, I had a huge crush on Whoopi Goldberg.
I thought
Because-
Whoopi was fine when she was
Man,
young
look, when I
too.
was watching Sister Act when I was a kid,
They
and
had a
that
stigma.
dress,
They had a
Whoopi's
stigmatism.
body is ridiculous. Go back and look at Whoopi body when she was young.
Yeah,
You'd be
back in
like,
the day, yeah.
God damn.
Johnny said we had a stigmatism.
Y'all thought she was
I ain't had no
gorgeous.
stigmatism.
You had one of them flies in your eyes or something. You thought that?
No, man.
I never thought that.
Whoopi Goldberg is not going to win a beauty contest.
She's not gonna
with
get an
Halle Berry
application for a
or
beauty
Morris
contest.
Chestnut in it.
But let me say,
what I'm saying is that it was something about her that when I was a kid, I was like, that woman right there could get it.
Maybe because of her comedy. Because sometimes your talent supersedes your looks.
It could have been. I don't know.
Because ain't no girl ever say, "Hey, Johnny Mack is the one I'm gonna pick and to come in the club." But my comedy and the drinks that I buy her
gives her that stigmatism.
makes me attractive.
Nah. Let me say this, man.
Hey, when she tipsy, I'm sexy.
Let me just say this, Johnny. Like, for real. As black people, and in this room, and for the purpose of this show, we've got to acknowledge our conditioning, too.
Yeah.
Our conditioning will make us look at somebody like Whoopi and say she's not attractive. Because anything African has been deemed ugly.
Right.
Let's just be honest. Halle Berry is biracial. Right? I don't know if Jada Pinkett is biracial. I don't think so. But she got
Baltimore.
you. But I'm just I'm gonna run out of this stuff.
I don't think she's biracial.
But what I'm saying is the people we tend to think are beautiful have European features.
What's old girl
I don't
who's
know how to
married to
answer
Dwayne
that.
Wayne?
Tisha Campbell.
No, Dwayne Wade, the basketball player.
Gabrielle Union.
Yeah,
Gabrielle Union is
Bad
one of
as
the
hell.
most beautiful women on television.
Yeah, bad as hell.
She from Pleasanton.
Is
Bad
she?
as hell.
She's a pleasant to look at.
She is.
She's very pleasant to
And
look at.
I love seeing, you know what I'm saying, because my sisters are dark complected. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And so for my sisters to see women their color on TV
I
makes
thought you were gonna
makes
say
them
my
feel
sisters
like
are fine. I'm like,
I got
fucking-
5 sisters and 3 of them are fine. And
And we can say that.
They don't know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, your family reunion gonna be a
All
motherfucker.
of them, yeah. We just had it on my birthday. They know.
Yeah,
what's
you in
happening.
trouble.
But and so for my sisters and for my nieces and stuff to see a woman that represents what they look like, you know what I'm saying, doing it big in movies and TV, that's important.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For Michelle Obama to be the first lady and be dark complected,
Right.
that's important.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I just, to me, as long as you black, I don't care what shade you are. As long as you black, you can be, like both my father's about your color, but my mother's like extremely light. I don't care as long as you black. I don't feed into the light skin, dark skin shit. That shit is stupid to me because I can't help what shade I came out. Like half of us is light skin and the other half is 10 of us. Them niggas are dark. Half of us are good people. And the other half, they shitty.
Let me ask you a question. Who smiled more, your mother or your father?
My mother?
Because your father didn't want to show them dark ass gums.
Maybe because he had to feed these 10 kids and 8 of them are fat. He had a lot of stress. You know how much food you got? You know how much toilet paper you got to buy for 10 people?
But then it goes back to because my father is very, very dark and my mother is fair complected. And so that goes back to a dark brother getting a lighter complected woman who's more apt to be married.
Opposite attract.
Hey, that's what happened to me. My dad is super dark. My mother is fair.
Opposites attract.
Hey, we got the phone lines popping right now. We want to hear from real men who are not afraid to talk about what they really appreciate about all shades of sisters. But we also want to hear from the men who got a problem, who have a preference.
Why not the brothers? I mean, you just only sisters? What
We
about?
want to hear from. Used to be attractive when you was in the womb. Okay, here we go.
Before he was breathing air.
Right.
Well, they said I'm pregnant. I was beautiful.
Okay, here we go. Callers, you're on the line. Welcome to the Voice of Reason. Speak on it. Caller. Boost Mobile. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
What's up, Joe? I'm Anthony. So,
North Carolina. Your girl light skin, dark skin, you light skin, dark skin. What's your preference?
well, my wife is dark skinned. I'm dark skinned. One thing I found interesting throughout my life is that light skinned women reject me throughout my childhood, and most dark skinned women, you know, they gravitated towards me.
That's it, nigga?
I mean, maybe there's something wrong with you. Well, you blaming it on the color, you know.
How tall are you?
Yeah.
I'm 5'9".
Maybe your outfit wasn't shit when you stepped to her that day. What was your outfit like?
Right. Maybe you had on a pro dark skin outfit.
Maybe you had on too much yellow.
But I was mostly drawn to them, to the light skinned chicks.
You liked them, but they didn't like you.
Why do you
Pretty
think
much.
why do you think you were drawn to them? That's interesting.
Well, that's a mix. I would say a lot of it, you know, me learning a lot of the history now. I'm thinking it's just conditioning. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so I don't really
opposites
have
attract.
a direct answer, you know.
Now, when was this going down? How old were you? What year was this? I'm gonna see what your.
This was like through high school.
Nigga, I don't know when you went to high school.
14.
What was that?
But as you
between like my teen years.
Like, was that the 90s?
19.
Was it the 90s?
Oh no, 2000s.
Got it.
Late 2000s.
But as you got older, you started to recognize, like, I like who like me, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
There we go.
And I just thought it was ridiculous that I was just only trying to get light-skinned women, and I didn't have an actual answer to why.
Wow.
Well, why? Now that you're older, why?
He knows why.
Yep.
He said it earlier, conditioning. White supremacy. White supremacy says anything white is beautiful. We already know that.
So in other words,
So it's a status symbol.
in other words, he wasn't shit. It wasn't the women. It was him because he was like, all I like is light-skinned women.
And maybe the light-skinned women recognized that energy in him and was like, I'm not fucking with him.
That makes sense.
Because let me tell you, light-skinned women fuck with big dicks.
I can't speak on that. I can only speak on my penis.
No, I'm just saying, light-skinned women love real alpha dog black men, too. It's not like if you coming with some type of energetic infirmity, some type of spiritual infirmity, them light-skinned women can feel that shit. It's not like, I'm going to fuck with this nigga even though I know he only fuck with my type, and that shit is disingenuous.
Use comedy. Everybody out there that's stepping to any girl, black, white, light skin, dark, comedy is the key.
Johnny is telling you how to manipulate them.
You should fake a speech impediment.
I have a speech impediment.
And then act like it disappears only when you talk to her.
Wow. Wow.
That way she'll be like,
bitch, you stop my stuttering.
She'll feel special.
My stuttering only cease when I'm in your presence.
Look how good I'm talking right now, bitch.
Oh my God.
You have corrected my speech.
Hold on, let me get this phone call.
When I talked to Keisha,
Hello.
I had a GED. When I talked to you, I got a PhD.
Wow.
Bitch, you have cured my mind. I have been healed.
But I'm glad you came out of that shit, homeboy. We appreciate the call. Thank you so much for reaching out to the Voice of Reason. If
Get
you
your
wanna,
outfit up.
If you want to bring your city into the building, all you got to do is hit those numbers. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I just hate the fact that you hung up on everybody. Jesus. Callers, you're on the line. What's your name and where you call it from? Speak on it.
Yeah, it's Sherrod from North Carolina.
That's a dark-skinned name, Sherrod.
Sherrod from North Carolina. What's up, man?
About 6'2" about your complexion.
Well, talk to me, man. What's up?
Yeah, man. Like, we just calling and listening to the show, man. I've been listening to a couple of your shows lately, man. It's been getting a lot of good information from y'all brothers' perspectives and whatnot, you know.
Yeah?
I ain't never had no kind of father figure, so it's good to hear some of y'all's input that let you know that you're kind of thinking on the right path sometimes, so.
Are you light skinned or dark skinned? You.
I'm about fair complexion. When the sun hit me, I can get red, but.
Oh, that's light skinned.
I lighten up.
That's light skinned.
Yeah, because if you dark, your
dark
undertones
skin,
only come
dark
out
skin people
when the spotlight is in your face.
In me. You know, that sun is a cure-all, so.
Now I'm saying dark skinned people don't lighten up. Only light skinned people go from darker or lighter.
Yeah, you know.
Dark skinned people just dark.
Kind of little mixture of little red and light, so, you know.
What do you prefer in the pigmentation of your woman? How has white supremacy affected your ability to choose a particular hue of boo?
But that's why I called in, because I listened to what he said just right before me. And it was the same thing, the condition of, like, thinking it's like you're only supposed to choose his light skin image because, like, that's what they show you is beautiful. But when I was going through, like, school and the sisters always had a more genuine, like, love for me that wouldn't built around me, coming with flowers and all the little chivalry, like, romantic, fantasy.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, he just uncovered something. Are you telling me darker women have lower standards for relational interaction?
Not
Is that what you're saying?
But I'm just saying what you say. Like, I see what you're heading to, but what I was just going my personal.
That's what you said, nigga. Now you said that.
That's not what he said. That's what you said.
No, that's what he
said. You said that.
No, that's what he said.
He said that. You said that.
Hey, that's what came out of his mouth.
I think what he was trying to say. I think what he was saying is that, you know, a lot of the darker sisters wasn't really tripping off a lot of the extra bullshit and game that a lot of people run. They just liked him for him.
That we label as chivalry.
Well, you know, chivalry be bullshit.
But, so again, I asked the question that framed it the same way, and y'all disagree with that. I framed it the same way.
No, you didn't.
But yes, a lot of the dark-skinned sisters don't get the fairy tale image for them to have in their mindset to look for that, like the light-skinned women do.
Dark-skinned women who have settled for less. Please call in right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I know what the fuck you saying. You don't want to say it, but that's what you saying.
So if you're a dark-skinned woman, I want to know if dark-skinned women experience chivalry less than light-skinned.
That's what Zo was saying.
But
I
listen,
know, but I don't speak.
That's not what he was saying.
I don't speak college degree.
Listen, I've had this show before. And that has been a through line from dark-skinned women. They take more abuse. They take more disrespect. They're expected to humble themselves out.
And I'm different towards them myself. Like, because you hear me break down my paradigms of how I've dated all across the spectrum. But it's like my approach to, like, something I'm thinking, like, damn, I done landed me like a little Halle Berry type, man. I go out my way differently because I know it's off the GP. She got so much coming at her anyway. But the dark-skinned women are different in a sense where they're kind of more give you hints that they like you compared to where they don't play hard to get.
And nigga, if you don't know how to dance, and when I say dance, I mean tap dance, ballet, rhythmic, it's pop lock,
Hollywood shuffle.
You got to do it all. You know why?
The soft
because she's that light skinned girl, that Halle Berry girl is used to motherfuckers jumping through hoops.
But it's like you said, it's a condition because the white supremacy.
When you don't, and that's how I usually get them because you don't do what they used to, and you treat them like they running the mill. They be trying to figure out why you ain't following my feet. Like, you know what I'm saying? The rest of these Negroes are doing, like, or they're trying to buy my love and attention where you cut them off with your time. Because I learned if you do not dedicate your every second, it's like, oh my God, you're my dream girl. I never seen you before. And you be like preoccupied with your life. You can conform that little expectation of you having to do all this extra stuff to get a hope to them compared to where it's like you can kind of treat them like all this. I kind of learned to.
Hey, caller, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you for reaching out, man. Thank you so much. We got to bounce. The phone lines is lit. He said a lot of good shit.
He said a lot of good shit.
Or maybe it's like y'all keep using the word condition, like, you know, the white supremacy, like white people, like back in the day, a white woman was untouchable for a black man. You know, it's punishable by death back in the day, right? And so the light-skinned girl is the closest we can get to that white girl.
That's a good point.
So the white girl the light-skinned black girl feel like I'm so beautiful, I'm so close to being white that these niggas that trying to holler at me got to do some extra special shit.
And a lot of times you had to treat that light-skinned black woman a lot better because that's actually Massel's daughter.
Ooh.
So you could treat a dark-skinned woman how you want to, but you can't treat a mixed chick how you want to back during slavery because of the obvious.
Well, one of the wisest men in the game just finally showed up to the show. My homeboy Bobby Glanton-Smith. Hey, listen, YouTube, y'all bullshitting on the super chat. I'm tired of you motherfuckers coming in here getting this good game and not supporting the channel, just soaking it up, regurgitating, not citing the nigga where you got this shit from, but then get stingy on the super chat side of the game. If you don't hit that little $sign down at the bottom of the chat room, you disrespectful. Callers, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
Hey, what up, dog? This is Owen from Detroit.
What's happening?
So to answer your question about the light skin and the dark skin, honestly, visually, I always turn my head at the light skin. But the best loving I had was from dark skin women.
What's your hand?
It was a dark skinned hand.
Dark skin
I said the best women I had.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said hand. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Let me ask you this question right now. Let's settle it right now. You hip to what's the name of that group Beyonce used to be in?
That's Destiny's Child.
You hip to Destiny's Child? Which one you got? You got Kelly or you got Beyonce?
Beyonce, she had all the talent.
As the prettier girl. Johnny, you better not get on this mic with a mouthful of food.
I don't really think Kelly all that fine.
Kelly fine as hell. You crazy as
crazy
hell.
to the motherfucker.
You crazy than a motherfucker, boy. Kelly pretty as shit and her booty better.
Man.
You must got one of them big back TVs. You can't see shit.
You got a tube TV.
All right. See, now, honestly, when y'all was talking about Whoopi, Whoopi back in the day did look straight. Like, back on Ghost, when she was on Ghost, she looked straight.
I'm talking about that.
Nah.
Who? Call in right now, ladies and gentlemen. The number to dial is 323-230-4610.
Kelly's fine.
We want to do the poll. Is it Kelly or Beyonce as the prettier girl? My vote is for Kelly. Esau?
Kelly Rowland.
Johnny?
Beyonce. She got all the talent.
We didn't say who would sing better.
Okay, Johnny.
But to me, that's the draw.
You can't fuck her talent.
Yes, you can. Her mouth got to be open.
When she start going, I'll
be right behind.
Yeah, you be right behind.
But that's the intangibles, Zo. Her talent is part of the intangibles.
I can give you that. I'll give you that.
Who you think cook better, Beyonce or Kelly? Let's be real.
Neither one.
Kelly got way more time to learn how to cook.
Hey, caller, let me just do this real quick.
She can make his baby food.
Hey, caller, thank you so much for reaching out, man. We appreciate it. You brought Detroit into the building. If you want to bring your city into the building, all you got to do is call these numbers. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. Bobby just walked into the building. Bobby is from a different generation. Very wise, very insightful brother, and he's seen a lot of transitions throughout the decades. So I want to ask Bobby this question on the Mansion series of The Voice of Reason. We're talking about being color struck. Now we from Tennessee. Now my mother was color struck. Straight up, right off top.
What do you mean?
She was color struck. She was light. Right? She was a light woman. And
right and damn near white.
And I remember what she told me. I think I was a teenager.
You ain't my son.
No, she didn't say, boy, if you don't.
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Timmy tight top t-shirt wearing. Okay, listen. But my mom told me, she was like, well, your father was really, really dark. And your other brothers and sisters are darker than you. So we wanted a brown child. We wanted brown children. I was like, well, that was the reason? What the? You don't have kids it was time for some browner shit. And then as I got older and I started listening to her conversation and how she viewed people, she was color struck.
But now, why you make it like it's a bad thing?
I'm setting up Bobby.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How'd you get in here?
You're right.
Okay, cool. So back to Bobby.
The brother with the pink gums over here.
No, Bobby. I think it's important because it's an aspect of our community that needs to be overcome, especially in light of some of the news articles that are coming out, where you still got people who are black but don't want to be black or don't like being black. Bobby, can you talk to us about a time
Publicity stunt.
when there was something called passing? What did that mean?
Well, it's self-explanatory. You were trying to pass for white if you had the opportunity to do so, and there was a segment of the colored population back in the 50s that fit that description, literally, because there was such a mixture of Indian blood, white rape.
I'm Indian in my family, yeah.
And if it really came down to your hair and the nose was dead giveaways. Even if you were light-skinned, you might have a problem, getting through that door. But in the community, it did make a very big difference, the color of your skin within the culture. And it's still prevalent to this day. Matter of fact, in certain parts of Africa, they can't find enough what they used to call fade cream.
Yeah.
It's back, and that kind of shocked me, man. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. But black people would literally put chemicals on their face to attempt to lighten their skin. Man.
Wow, Johnny Mack and then Esau.
I was gonna say is that back then in passing, they wasn't passing. They were trying to pass not because of the race, but to stay alive. Because back in those days, like my mother is extremely light skinned. Like you can see her veins, you can see the blue in her veins. And she, my mother and father born in 1929 in Texas, where they told me what the word picnic mean. So you were trying to pass for white, so you wouldn't get hung. Could that be one of the reasons?
That was a small part of it. The major part of it is
not if you was light skinned. That was a major part.
No, but that became an advantage that spilled over into the culture because they started treating each other like they were white, and they distanced themselves and they married along that color line.
Wow!
So it wasn't just about getting hung. We embraced that whiteness to the extent where it brought a subculture within the culture that's still prevalent to this day.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, because I own a barbershop, and amongst black people, the closer when your hair is thinner and more straight, it's good hair because it's considered closer to white.
Yes.
And when your hair is kinky, it's bad hair. You know what I mean? And then when your good hair falls out at 30 years old, you wish you had some nappy ass bad hair. It's going to turn gray and you can hold on to it until you're 50, 60 years old. You showed me one dude with some nice, smooth ass, silky Lando Calrissian.
And light skinned people don't age well either. It's the white in them. They don't
that
age
ain't
well.
True, neither.
Nigga, I'm only 19.
Well, then how do you?
Because look how bad out of age.
Because Lena Horne, when I was a kid, I thought Lena Horne was already 150 when I was a kid.
She was gorgeous.
She aged, man.
She aged well.
Yeah. That's Holly Berry.
Because you know what? YouTube has all the old TV shows. You can see all that shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I went back and saw the Fred Sanford, the Sanford and Son episode that she was on.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, Lena Horne.
Was it
looked
Stormy
good
Weather?
then.
Was it a movie? Stormy Weather? What was it? She was in
Stormy Weather.
Oh, that's a song she sung.
No, that was a movie.
Yep.
Yeah, epic movie, matter of fact.
And the biggest uproar in probably some of Hollywood history is when Guess Who's Coming to Dinner came out.
Yep.
And, Sidney Poitier being a dark brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it what was that, the 60s or the late 50s?
The 60s.
It was the 60s.
He won an Oscar in 58, right?
No, you're thinking about something that came out in the early '60s, I believe.
Yeah, but it was in the midst of civil rights.
Oh man! Not only that, the more controversial movie was 100 Rifles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is your boy Jim Brown.
They refused to show that movie in the South
because he was fucking Raquel Welch
to death, and it didn't go over well at all. And,
100 rifles and one black gun.
And what's the name? Nat Cole's show was taken off the air simply because he said Madison Avenue is afraid of the dark, because he was a sex symbol that they couldn't tolerate because he had everything else working for him. Extremely talented, good-looking brother. And they were like, man, these white women is hollering and screaming.
But his show lasted for like 5-6 seasons, though, right?
No, it did not. One
season?
One season.
And he was the first black person to ever get back then they called it a variety show.
Yeah. You know, another woman that they don't talk enough about, for my taste, is Dorothy Dandridge.
She was a revolutionary figure in terms of Hollywood, and there's a comparison between her and what's the girl name?
Marilyn Monroe, Jane
No, I'm
Mansfield.
talking about modern girl. Keep having trouble
Halle
holding
Berry.
back. Yeah, man, same pathway almost. Man. You know, just can't
Without the drugs.
can't deal with it, man. You know, because she appeals to white people on a certain level, but you know, the culture in her. It is called the contradiction, where you know she ended up dying very tragically, and Halle's had a lot of problems. It seems.
And I forgot the director name. They did the movie
Otto
Preminger. He bamboozled her.
Yeah,
you know, and said he's gonna put in more and more movies, but he was keeping her to himself.
Caller, you're on the line. The
Shit,
voice of reason is on fire tonight. We're having a great conversation on colorism.
Can I say this? I want to say this. Let's not say light skin is a disadvantage. Because how we saying it right now, like, you know, light skinned people feel privileged, or we feel like it's not a disadvantage. It's nothing wrong with being light skinned.
As long as it doesn't define you. And
no, light skin defines me, but there's nothing wrong with being light skinned.
What do you mean by it defines you?
Nigga, I love being light skinned. I love it.
But is there such thing as light skin privilege?
I hope so.
It is. They know you got to hope about it. I mean,
but shit, I accept it.
And I ain't mad at you. It's just that
House nigga was a good job.
I've seen people go too far with it.
How far can I go?
Well,
First off, this motherfucker said a house nigga was a good job.
It is. It was a good job. I'm not out in the field. I ain't getting whipped. Yeah. Mass ain't whipping my back or driving nails through my hands. It's a good. I'm making lemonade. That's a good fucking job. I'm living. I'm surviving.
You sound like Steven, but only light skin. They gon' get you, Django.
What the nigga doing on that nag? What that nigga doing on them? Hey, I'm saying though. But you gotta look at back then. You just trying to survive. You was trying to live.
Well, we still doing that, and at some point, we started to pay a tremendous price for settling for just surviving. And that's why we're in last place now.
I said live. I said we trying to survive. We trying to live. I also said live.
Well, sometimes, man, freedom is more expensive than that.
But
that was in good time. Scratching and surviving.
But Johnny, you can't live with another man's scrotum on your back.
Especially in your neck where it gets hot.
You can't.
I wouldn't know that.
Like that.
I was gonna say a bad joke, but I don't know if we could do gay jokes here. I don't know.
No, I'm just being honest in terms of when you carrying the yoke of another man's desire, another man's hopes and dreams, another man's plans, another man's business, another man's life. That's not living.
You talking about back then or talking about now?
No,
I'm talking about back then and now.
But right now, as a man, I shouldn't have no other man hopes and dreams and aspirations before mine.
Well, that's what technically an
that doesn't go light skin or dark skin. That's just a man.
A lot of people find that though, and let me put it to you this way, bro. That was in the 50s, all the way up through the late 60s. I went to the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. I had friends at Fisk and Tennessee State. Fisk is a private school.
Yes, it is.
And for years, they were the epitome of the so-called talented 10th. And that was mostly light-skinned folk. Now, it went deeper than that. You had to send a picture with your application. Even though it was black and white back then, they would set a paper bag next to that picture.
Yep.
The paper
and
bag
you could
test.
be a 4.0 student. And your application went in the garbage can. That's the depth of what happened to us with respect to racial divide within the race.
But if I'm the light skinned dude, I sent my picture in, and I got Fisk accepted me. That's not a bad thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm in the fucking school. I'm in college.
Okay, Johnny, you are in the school.
Yes, he's talking
but the
individually. Right.
Is in the toilet. If we are defining who gets in school by the color of their goddamn skin,
but we wasn't.
That's some bullshit.
Letting people in school. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking for the light-skinned people. Don't make it look like I'm less black than you, or
You are acting less black than me because you acting like that's a privilege that you deserve just because you light-skinned. That's some bullshit.
No, he said if there's something as light privilege. I said if it is.
No, it ain't no if. It was.
But I'm saying if it okay.
And if you are taking advantage of that privilege and sitting here acting like that doesn't penalize the rest of us because we're all accidents of birth. So why should you get treated any better just because you light-skinned?
All right, now let Johnny go. Respond, Johnny.
Why should I get treated? I'm not saying I should get treated any better, but if I do, that's great for me. I'm not gonna sit up and like I said earlier. I'm not less black than anybody else. My history of my life, my light skin didn't get me out of shit. Everything I did, good, bad, or ugly, I was punished for it or rewarded for it. They didn't give me less time because I was light skinned.
But do know that
I had a brother got fucking 31 years and he's lighter than me.
Hold on. You done? Did you make your point?
Yeah, I made my point.
A real statistic, and this is real. The darker you are, the stiffer your penalties are in court. So darker skinned people get longer sentences.
You just didn't hear what I said.
But I did.
You're talking about the exception. He's talking about the rule.
I'm talking about the rule because it's an extension off of what you said, because you said that you pay the price for everything you did. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you went to jail, you got caught, you went to jail.
Yes.
But in a lot of places, what you did and went to jail for, a darker skinned person is gonna get more time for. You see what I'm saying? So all these things are relative, and like you said, we're all mistakes of birth.
Right.
But you pay a penalty for being darker.
Right. Now, to speak to Johnny's point, he still had to pay his individual price for whatever he did. But in the larger scheme that Esau and Bobby are speaking on, that price may have been less than what a darker brother may have had to pay, based off of what Esau said about sentencing based on color.
Now, in no way am I diminishing a light-skinned black person's black experience.
Right.
Because if you black, you gonna get treated like a nigga, period.
Exactly.
So I'm not saying that it's easier to be light than it is dark. What I'm saying is there are certain privileges and certain idiot windows that come with just subconscious thought and the things that have been ingrained in us, black and white, because a lot of white people are under the same trance. Jim Crow wasn't just for us. You know what I'm saying? They're under the same trance as we are. And but some of the trances that we are a subtext of white supremacy. That what we're talking about, this colorism, is a subtext of white supremacy that we have to look at and heal ourselves.
Right.
Because the people who put it on us want it to stay.
I'll give you an example.
It's divide and conquer, pretty much all it is.
Of this, where we are in this conversation. Growing up, I had a partner. His name was Charles Simmons. We used to call him White Cloud because he literally looked like a white dude, right?
Wow.
And since we used to have to sit upstairs at the movie theater, right? And he would be with us, they would call him nigger lovers and all kind of stuff. And it hardened him to the fact that he became blacker than dark-skinned folk.
Right.
Because he would be in situations where he saw firsthand how they really felt about us and how they would talk around him when he was in their midst, thinking that he was actually a white guy.
Wow.
So our experiences reflect the depth of how race has been a problem since we came into this country. Mm-hmm. And like I saw a few years ago where they had the Miss World thing, and the sister from Brazil, they was mad. The representative from Brazil, the Brazilians were upset that they sent a dark-skinned representative.
Wow.
So it's still
and let me say this. This is a global issue.
Yes.
Indeed. You go to Argentina, the darker people, the more ancient people, the more indigenous people pushed to the back, the more European people put up front. You go to the Philippines, same in the Philippines. The darker, more indigenous people pushed to the background. You even go to China.
No, you're going too far.
Mexico. Mexico, same thing. Brazil, same thing. Again, I think somebody just sent me, this sister just sent me an article from Thailand. The darker people in Thailand, get to the back. We don't want to see you. Or they're criminalizing melanin. So a lot of times when you're a captured people, right? A suppressed people, a captured people, right? And hold on, you turning him up.
You said, but you were saying colorism within our race.
No,
we ain't talking about the white folks.
Hold on, but I'm tying it all together.
Okay.
What I'm saying is it makes it more difficult for us to see and appreciate each other as we are when we're looking through the filter of racism that has been conditioned in our minds, that have been conditioned in the way we see things. We'll look at a person who may not be that attractive, but because they're light skinned, right?
Right.
We say, well, I would rather have that person.
Yeah.
Or we could see a really beautiful dark skinned person and be like, nah, I don't really see the beauty in that because I've been conditioned not to.
It's so superficial to the point where I remember about 5 years ago, there was this brother that got released from prison. And he was like real good looking, light skinned dude with green eyes. The internet went crazy. These women went crazy over this dude.
Prison Bay.
He went back to jail for beating the shit out of his woman.
Prison Bay is what they call it.
Yeah, Prison Bay.
Crime don't have a color.
Right, but what I'm saying is there was an automatic affection for him. You know what I'm saying? Because of what he looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the fact that he was just a good looking dude?
Johnny.
He was a good looking dude with green eyes, is what it was. He had some pretty ass eyes, is what it was. And they was considered pretty because they was green, and that's a European feature.
So when you say we, are you talking about us, black people?
Listen, ain't no us in black people, and that's the problem.
You kept saying we.
The only people who look at black people as we is the government. Let me give you an example.
Them.
Listen. Black identity extremists, that's them looking at we, like these niggas here, right? The census, they see us as a we. Economics, them niggas.
Mm-hmm.
But we're the only ones who see each other as those niggas over there versus these niggas over here. We don't really see ourselves as a unit. They see us as a unit, whether we're unified or not.
When you say as a unit, because this is my take on it. My experience was like you said, we don't see each other as a unit, we don't unify. I beg to differ.
Of course, you're a contrarian.
No, I was working on a show, and Marcus King walked in. I'm working on a show, and all the writers were black. I was working on another show. The last show I worked on, we were all black. And so black people came in the room and they just talk shit about us like, oh, they don't want to hire no black writers. They won't hire no black writers. Or we always keep saying black people don't stick together or black people don't work together. Well, we all working together. And I can't hire every black writer. We can only have 10 writers in this room.
Johnny.
And all 10 were black.
Johnny, you're too smart to make your experience a blanket license for black experience.
Well, what did I start off with? I'm going to tell you my experience.
Clearly, though. But shit, that's just your experience.
About like 30 shows.
What I want you to do is look at your experience as an island in the Pacific Ocean. Enjoy the fact that you're on an island with fruit.
And fish.
With fish and vegetation and shelter. Enjoy the fact that you're on an island.
Right.
But if you look at it as a whole motherfucking collective, we are a disaggregate people. Who's the guy who created the economic summit down in Houston? George somebody.
Frazier?
George Frazier. When George Frazier talks about black wealth, he talked about it as disaggregate. He was saying, look, we could create a web of unity if we weren't dispersed. So there might be some people over here doing okay, and some people over there doing okay, and some people down here, and some people up there. But if you created a through line that connected everybody, now you have a web of resources. We don't do that. That's something we don't do. Like I said, one of the problems in Black America is it's too easy to financially shame other black people that ain't doing well. Because we are.
Right.
But you can't financially shame the motherfucker who wrote your check, who signed it. You really can't. You can't shame a white man who has generational wealth. You can't pull up in a Benz with rims and sounds and be like, nigga.
That's part of our ism because you know, as a lot of black people are subject to racism, and we're the victims of these things. Then a lot of black people look for somebody to victimize.
Right.
And they know the consequence of victimizing who's victimizing them. So the only people we victimize is each other.
Right.
So we can get away with that. So that's where the power is.
Right.
So if I could find a way to demean you or make myself feel better or feel better than you, I'm going to do that. And one of the quickest ways to do that is financially. On saying, you know, look at these broke ass niggas, this broke ass motherfucker. This nigga ain't got his shit together. Get your shit, nigga, level up, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
Right.
Don't have no idea what it takes to be this man.
Right.
But I got mine, you get yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if I had to go through it, you got to go through it. I had to do A to Z to get to mine. Why I'm going to help you at T? Nigga, get to Z and get yours. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
but I think differently. Like I said, I started my statement by saying my experience have been different. Mm-hmm. You know, the Lord has blessed me to work on so many TV shows, so many movies.
The vocal shop.
And I can even say this to Zo Williams. I wouldn't got Zo. I was on this show called Black Man Reveal. I wouldn't got Zo. I think I wouldn't got Zo. How did we get to Atlanta at that time?
King, who got?
No. I thought me and Zo, we worked on the show together, right? Me and you was on the episode.
We was on the episode together in Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying.
But the first episode was in the Valley here in LA.
But then we got together. You said, let me get together. And
we killed in Atlanta. Me and you on that episode?
Exactly. Every show I've been, and I'm not bragging or taking credit, but I try my best to get actors, mostly comics, on our show. Like, I'm not saying this, but I know Esau, if he come audition, he might not get it. So I'm going to call Esau and say, hey, man, I got this role. Like I did this one for G-Thing. I hate I did it, but I did it. I put G-Thing name in the script, and all he had to do was come out there and be G-Thing. Mm-hmm. Now, if you come out there and fuck that up, if you fuck up being G-Thing, then you don't get it. Mm-hmm. So I would personally call people like, hey, man, and that's black people working with black people. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the only one that's doing it. My first TV show job I never should have had. JB Fox and Marcus King, they was like, hey, we're going to get you this gig. We're going to do a background search. I said, hey, let's not do the background search. And King said, you know what?
Because I'm from Richmond. Let's not.
He said, you know what? This is 1996. King said, you know what? We ain't going to do the search.
We ain't going to do it. Because
I ain't going to pass that. But those were black people. And I know you fucked it all up, King. There were black people that gave me my shot.
And you know, the crazy part about it is I feel like, you know, the more struggle we have as a people, the closer we are. And the more better we think we are, the less united we are.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's deep right there.
It's true, too.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk X. The greatest relationship topics, the greatest conversations. Wednesday nights, 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have a new feature called Mansions, where men get together and build and destroy. Great content, great conversation, wise men from all walks of life. Tonight's guest, Johnny Mack. Jesus, Johnny motherfucking Mack from the Foxhole, writer, Hollywood writer. I love this guy, smart guy. I don't always agree with him, but it's always good to argue with him because it's always done in respect. No, you don't. Okay, cool. And just that quick. And then the good homeboy, writer, Hollywood. My man is a dope ass comic. I saw him do 5 minutes in the belly room.
Tough
and destroyed. When I tell you this motherfucker destroyed in 5 minutes, Esau McGraw in the building, man. Indeed. Appreciate you, sir.
You know what I call myself? I'm a werewolf.
Oh, you don't shower?
Nah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't shower.
Oh.
And
you ain't never seen a werewolf take a shower?
Yeah, you ain't. But you know what I mean? When I'm off stage, I'm in the woods, you know, walking around, wandering, but naked, don't know what's going on.
Right.
But when I'm on stage, I got fangs and claws and fur.
He's a beast.
I know, he's a problem.
Yeah, he's dope.
He's a problem. I was like, okay, that's why they fuck with him. Yeah, and then next to him,
the legend,
the big homie. Listen, if you in LA and you got an opportunity to sit down and catch up with somebody like Bobby Glanton-Smith, man, just sit the fuck down and talk to this man. This man is connected. This man is wise. This man is educated. This man got his boots on the ground. This man is active. Listen, my oldest son, basketball player in college, this man brought Jerry West to his high school basketball game.
Damn.
When I tell you that motherfucking gym was flipped inside out, them kids, when Jerry West left, them kids followed Jerry West to his car.
They should have.
The logo. He brought the logo to the gym.
They might could have got a picture of Kobe.
Man. Then on top of that, as if that wasn't enough, this man got my son a sit-down one-on-one with Jim Brown. So when I tell you Bobby Glanton is one of those men you need in your life, go get his book. What's the book?
What's
Real
Brown?
Men Don't Play. Go get that book.
Which Jim Brown did he sit down with? This Jim Brown or the one that's
The other one.
The other one.
Oh, not the one that was
The one
with
at
Trump.
the
Not
house.
the one at the White House.
Okay,
Not the one at the White House.
That's-
The
that's-
one at his
That's
house.
where I was going, Bobby. You see what I'm saying? We got to know which one it was.
Yeah.
But no, Bobby did that. Thank you for coming to the show, Bobby Glanton. We talking about color struck because I believe racism is so insipid. It's so entrenched, ingrained in the way that we think and evaluate that our relationships can't possibly be saved from that evaluation.
You know, it's a fitting topic because most time when you see a black and white couple together,
Right.
especially when it's a brother, I tell you, no, if it's a white dude, it's a dark-skinned sister with African features.
Yeah,
Right.
he want her.
And if you think about it, back in the era of slavery, the master had free reign.
Right.
Now, he got this bell, sitting up here on this pedestal, but he spent all his time out there in the slave quarters, and that's why you look the way you do. I got, we all got some level of white blood. Some
Right.
of us do. And it's obvious.
My nose
Okay.
ain't got no mixture in it.
Yeah, you ain't mixed with shit.
I got
This nigga's nose is
100%.
You mixed with black and
unmixed.
unemployment. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
But you'd be amazed if you went back a couple generations, man. It might be an aberration in there somewhere. But I know where you're going with that. You more African looking than most of us in that way. But truly, man, they flipped the script on us to the point where everything that we rejected, they want. Everything. We chase after the European look, and they doing everything they can to look like us, except be us. They don't want no part of that.
Yeah.
But if you white and haven't made it in this country, it's your goddamn
I don't
fault.
know when's the last time you listened to the radio, but I don't see no black women singing R&B no more.
Wow.
All the R&B singers are white or anything but black.
It's not
Wow.
just females.
So
It's-
I
it's,
think a lot of our
SWV
culture is absorbed, and a lot of people are trying to be us.
Wow.
except in the
Except us.
yeah,
They don't want to be treated like us, like old boy getting wrestled down. You treat me like a nigger. You treat me like a black guy.
I don't want to get treated like
And
that.
he was the crazy part of he was absolutely right.
Let me show you how
He
embedded
was absolutely right. He was being treated like a black dude.
that racial handicap is. The first book I wrote is called "Let's Go to Work: The Millionaire Chronicles of Leon T. Garr." He's from Louisiana, Ruston, Louisiana, and he owned his father owned a local grocery store, right?
Right.
And this sister came in his store and said, I need, the following items. And he said, well, you don't need no sugar today? He said, no, I get my sugar from Mr. Such and Such because his sugar is sweeter and tastes better than your sugar.
Wow.
And he told the lady, look,
Was it saccharin?
we get the same product from the same wholesaler. And he couldn't get her to believe that. And they used to say the ice is colder and lasts longer. Those were funny sayings, but they were embedded in us to the point where when we look at each other, we do not see an asset. We see a liability, with certain exceptions. And that's why the story you just told has to be replicated. A lot of times people want to keep certain things under the table.
Right.
It doesn't do our culture any good.
Right.
The assumption is nobody's doing that.
Right.
And you can't do what you can't see. So in most businesses, ain't nobody pulling another brother in or another sister in. They're not doing it, man.
And they're not doing it because, and this is real shit, this is on some Hollywood shit. They're not doing it because a lot of times they say it's who you know. And I think a lot of times a lot of black people, they get into a certain group of others and they're treated like the prince of black people. you know, you're not like the rest. You treated, you know, you're in a group of, and you're the only black person in the group, right? A lot of black people don't want to bring another black people into the group to kind of diminish their shine,
right,
within the group.
Right
now, I'm not going to be special no more,
right?
You know what I'm saying? With this extra special black dude standing next to me, special as me, you know what I'm saying? He going to take away from my attention and my
I never
opportunities.
had that experience.
I've seen it over
and
I
you know, through like Marcus King and Fox, I've traveled a lot of places. I've been a lot of places. I've never had that experience.
Well, I'm also Halim Abdul Muhammad's son, so I'm probably a little more aware of certain things going on around me than some other people.
Wow.
And I want to clear up something.
How about that? How about that?
He just shitted on me right in front of me. You ain't seen that?
Yeah, I loved it.
He just said
I wasn't saying I didn't. I never
he just
said
you don't know shit.
I never said Johnny Mack. I never
color.
said Johnny Mack one time.
He
Johnny,
didn't say
but I
it.
do believe that if you throw a brick into a pack of dogs, only one hollers, only one.
That's right. It almost hit.
I mean, if
the other dog goes shit, he almost hit me. There's only two dogs screaming.
God damn, that was
right.
almost took my head off.
See, it's two.
That's right. Let me get these callers in here. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk X. We're having a real conversation about colorism.
Bobby's a genius.
Bobby is a genius.
I give him that.
Real conversation
And
on
I don't
colorism. Like yeah, you're going to keep interrupting.
Bobby got dark gums and he smiles real big. And I appreciate that, Bobby. I appreciate that.
That's only because he smokes. Anyway,
man.
Callers, you're on the line. Welcome to the Voice of Reason. Speak on it. Name and city. We want to know. Speak on it. Caller?
He's from nowhere.
Hello?
Hell is low. Welcome to the show.
Hysterical.
Oh, it's me. Okay. Yeah, my name is Don. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Don from Dallas, Texas. What do you have to say about this conversation, man?
Well, man, like, what y'all talking about with this colorism, what I see is that a lot of people are ashamed to be black, in my opinion. Like, what I'll see going around is they'll say, oh, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. I'm not black, I'm Dominican or whatever.
Right.
And you know, I'm a few, I'm like kind of mocha color. I'm not dark, but I'm not light. But it's just weird just to see people not want to claim they blackness. But I mean, I don't know if it's from, I don't know if you want to just say it's Willie Lynch or it's just, I know everybody's got heritage or whatever, but it's like you still black, so you still got African ancestors.
So let me ask you a question. Do you have a color preference? You from Dallas, boy. Do you have a color preference?
No, I never had that.
Never. You can go with light skin, a dark skin, them mocha caramels, them red bones. They all delicious.
I grew up around everything. Like it doesn't matter to me. My dad is brown skin. My mom is brown skin. So I mean, like I never had that. I mean, my mom, she does use this phrase that, I hate it, but she tries to say that because my hair is wavy, I have good hair or whatever. I try to get her to stop saying that, but she's 63. What can I do?
Ain't shit you can do. You can just be quiet.
Get a fade. You can get a fade and she can't see your waves no more.
Hey, brother.
I do, but they still pop up.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call. Thank you for reaching out. Listen, we won't ridicule you that harshly.
I will.
If you call in and say you got a preference.
I got a preference.
What's your preference?
Ass. As long as that girl got ass, no matter what shade or color she is black, I'm with it.
Okay.
I tell you, an old lady told me something.
Ass, nigga, make sure you mention.
I said, as long as that girl.
An old lady told me something
that
that was interesting about interracial, interracial couples. We all know interracial couples make Negro deluxe babies.
Ooh, Negro deluxe babies.
Light-skinned black people that get treated better than the rest of the blacks.
Wow.
But this is a crazy part is you got to look. I never thought of it that way, but you got a white lady that's with a black dude, right? And so this lady goes, you don't understand how strong that white woman got to be to walk around with that nigga and raise those nigga babies among her race that looks at her like a nigga lover. She betrayed her entire race in a lot of white people's eyes.
Wow.
And I never thought about that. And so a lot of times when I see, interracial couples, I don't look at the people like, something's wrong with them because they together. I look at them as something could be very right going on here.
Because that's dope.
Let's
dope.
Let's just slide it in another frame. Is it possible for true love to bud in an interracial relationship?
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes.
I say no.
I'm going to say yes. But
I don't like it.
I think the probability of that happening is high because of the respective filters, cultural filters that we're raised in.
Cultural filters. Now, one of those cultural filters is dark-skinned black men are perceived to be more dangerous or violent than lighter-skinned black men.
Right.
So a lot of women like dark-skinned black men because that dark-skinned black man seems stronger. She feels safer. Like he's an alpha because he's dark.
Right.
He might be a bitch-ass nigga, but
I'm about to say I can whoop that nigga.
You never know.
It's gonna happen.
But that's the subconscious perception that's inside of a lot of people. That's a feeling in your chest that you're not even comprehending as a thought in your mind, but it's something that's in you and you act it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zo Williams, the voice of reason on Dash Talk X. Look, I'm about to take a quick break, about 30 seconds. I'm going to play a couple of station identifications, and then we'll get right back to the topic.
So.
Don't touch the dial, don't change the channel.
If you and your deepest fears are in a loving but toxic relationship.
Dash Talk X.
Don't touch the dial, don't change the channel.
If you haven't overcome being a judgmental little asshole.
Dash Talk X.
Don't touch the dial, don't change the channel.
If you wholeheartedly agree with President Donald Trump, because at some point we're gonna piss you off.
Dash Talk X.
Yes, sir. We back in the building.
That was the inside joke.
Yo. Louis Dix just joined the fray. The phone lines are open. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason.
No, we good.
It's Hey, listen. It's mansions tonight. Turn off everybody, Mike, while I'm talking, so they can finish enjoying themselves. Say hi to everybody while I do this real quick, because so many people are listening right now. We have 10 million listeners. They want to hear what we have to say. We have a great topic tonight. My good friend Bobby Glanton is in the building. Louis Dix just joined the fray. Fucking Johnny Mack. Listen, I'm pissed off with Johnny Mack. You know why? Because in every conversation, he got to be the opposite side of the coin.
I believe in you, Zo.
Devil's advocate.
You understand? I'm a fan of man.
You know what though? Light-skinned black dudes get treated better until their hair fall out.
No,
because look, I got 5 sisters, and I ask them all. They like dark-skinned, bald black men. When you dark-skinned and you got a bald head, no problem. When you light-skinned and light-skinned black dudes notice, they hold on to their hair until they dead.
I got a bald head.
Am I lying? Am I lying?
Josh, I sure did. I held on to my dreadlocks. I had one left.
I got a bald head. And
I tried every hair growth remedy you can imagine.
Hey, look, I got a bald head, and women love me. From all walks of life.
But you see, right there, you just said the answer. The women love you.
They love me.
They don't love your hair. They don't love your clothes.
He didn't say I have a bald head and they love my bald head. He said
no.
They love me.
I was in Catalina and got a head rub.
What's his name?
They love me, my nigga.
It came with the $30.
Esau, don't do it. I got
you're very intelligent. You're a brilliant person. They don't love. It's you. They love you.
I'm just saying. I'm a special motherfucker.
Bobby's a fucking genius. I'm quite sure he got a plethora of females gonna do what he say. Esau, you're super funny.
As long as they laughing, I got them good.
And they got
As soon as that face
if it
goes
wasn't for
straight.
comedy, I'd be a virgin.
They be like, what time is it?
It's hard to hold them though.
I don't need to hold them.
So look, Lewis Dix just walked in. I
For
definitely want to get Lewis's opinion on this, man.
Why?
Yeah, in the dig. Because Lewis, man,
Lewis is bitter.
Lewis is dark skinned with a big nose and dark gums.
let me just say,
And he's mad.
and Lewis
he's angry.
Hey, a lot of people have perceived Lewis
Lewis is nice.
in his highs and in his lows as a straight up asshole.
Yep.
But Lewis is a good guy.
Lewis is smart, but he is an asshole.
He's smart. If you get a
Family
chance,
man.
he's a family man. If
But
you
he's
get a
still an
chance,
asshole.
if you get a chance to talk to Lewis,
Why?
you understand Lewis's quality.
Why would you talk to Lewis Dix?
Stop. So let me
Let's just attack that.
Let me set up Lewis so he can know what we're talking about. We're talking about Color Struck. Now, Bobby and you guys come from a generation where that shit is, I mean, I'm not saying it isn't prevalent now. We saw the little girl who came out and was like basically saying she hates being black or she's not black and her brother and, you know, Dr. Phil and all of that. Tonight's topic, a deeper look at the black man's thoughts on colorism in the black community. Color Struck. Do we tend to gravitate to lighter women?
Well, that's
Or-
if you.
There we go.
You
Here
can
we go.
either go like some of us just won't go to the white girl, so we.
Amen to that, bro.
So we like, all right, well, I'll tap the light skin, but we all grew up with that nappy hair, good hair. I remember I was young and my uncle, somebody said, "You gonna be a handsome black boy," and I was like, "Why you got to put the black on it?" But the thing that dark skinned men end up doing ultimately is taking a deeper look inside themselves. We have to find self because one, you got a lotion. Straight up, you got to lotion. You got to lotion your elbows. You got to lotion your kneecaps. I mean, that's just you got to find a sense of self. You do, and light skinned boys, you know, like you just, you know, light skinned boys are some are known as soft and. You know, and you had to fight. Bruises show up easily on light skinned dudes. You know, we had
you gotta learn to stick and move, baby.
Yeah, and but just I mean, like sports, it starts more like today. I had practice day, and our little private school little white kids were talking about how us coaches yell at them too much, and they from very privileged. And we know as dark skinned men, if a coach yelled at you, that's because you were good.
Exactly.
And that means that they took some, you know, stock in you. But it's just a soft society right now.
That's true.
I mean, it's just these young boys just can't handle, not all of them, but most of them just have a tough time dealing with truth.
Wow.
And the one thing that I think dark-skinned people got a lot was the truth.
Wow.
We were embedded in truth. We got truth from every angles. You know, like they had to find out what, like you either got good teeth, nice eyes, or you're in shape.
Even if the truth was a raw deal, they was
It's
going to
give you the truth.
There you
and,
go.
and whoever you grow with, the bus driver, your coach, your best friend, you're going to get the truth. And you had to work through how much of that truth you wanted to apply to yourself. And how much you want to let it just, you know, I was going to shape you.
Wow.
And basically that's why a lot of strong brothers can say, yeah, I'm hungry, but I'm not going to eat right now. I'll wait till I get home. Light-skinned boys say, I'm starving. Like, all right, you ain't starving.
I say famished.
Well, that's because you Johnny Mack, you know.
Johnny.
But it's just a difference. Even if you look in, I've never been to jail, but Johnny Mack has.
You're gonna be going at the end of this show. I got some weed I'm gonna put in your car.
No, but it's just. I mean, it's just a different strength about us and a different posture about the dark skinned man because, you know, it's like we're always. Oh, there he is. He's just like when you walk in a room. You know, you're stronger. You know, light-skinned boy can laugh and smile, shave his mustache.
But I don't think that's. But you know what? I don't think that's universal.
Let me handle that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Please
ahead.
handle that. Please handle that.
Well, he shaved his mustache so he looks more affable.
It's a
Please
valid
handle
point
him, please.
in limited situations because some of the toughest cats I ever known were light skinned.
Oh, agree.
They
Agree.
had to be
Malcolm X.
in the culture.
No, I agree. No,
see?
and I'm not saying they're weak. It's some weak ones, but just like some weak dark skinned ones.
I done seen some beat downs that made me say, "Oh no!"
Oh, and that's what we say. Oh, you thought he was so light skinned that you couldn't handle it. I mean, Zo proved that on who was that?
Don't mention.
Who was that boy?
We don't mention that around.
We don't mention. I'm sorry.
Dark skinned black men deal with dark-skinned black men deal with a different level of abuse when it comes to our own culture, because you ain't never heard a "you so light" joke.
True.
But you will hear a different "you so black" joke
all day
long.
Well, you have heard
by somebody who don't even know you.
Well, wait a minute now. There are light-skinned jokes. Come on. Piss colored.
Three of them?
Yeah.
I don't know too many.
This nigga once told me I like a walking urine sample.
Oh shit.
My brother,
you can't beat that.
My brother, that's a year and a half older than me, right? My brother would make Louis Dix look like Chico DeBarge.
Impossible. Louis is
and my brother would get ridiculed by complete strangers driving by because he dark.
Why y'all didn't get him no Ambi?
Huh?
Ambi.
Because he too is Halim Abdul Muhammad's son. Ain't no Ambi soap.
This motherfucker said Ambi.
You know what I'm saying?
But it works both ways though, Esau, and everybody.
My brother been called a dirt bike tire.
Light skin has privileges, but it also has its defaults. They, like you said, they label us as being soft. Or you can't be funny as a comic because I'm light skinned. I can't be funny.
Light skinned black people are molier than dark skinned black people.
He just said a good example of that level of this conversation.
Thank you,
right.
There's been very few light skinned comedians that was, wildly successful for whatever reason.
Richard Pryor was light skinned, wasn't he?
No. Shit.
Red Fox.
Red was the exception. Keep on going.
Yeah.
You're going to end up with Pig Meek Markham.
It ain't many. You
Sinbad. Exception.
No, he wasn't funny.
And Sinbad's a '90s comedian, and he still wasn't as
He's an 80s
he
comedian,
still
but he
wasn't
wasn't
as
funny.
popular
Why
or
y'all
successful as
shitting
some
on
comedians
Sinbad?
in the '70s and '60s, like Flip Wilson
But you're right.
and different people who had network television shows.
You're right. It ain't that many light skinned funny
There's
people.
not that many light skinned funny.
Yeah, he had to wear a dress though.
And I'm sure it goes back to with the comedians that that whole suffering from that blackface era. That the dark skin, Burt Williams, and it's just like we know bad is funny. We know there's a lot of light skinned brothers that's funny, but it's your taste. I mean, it boils down to your taste.
What about Red Grant?
Red Grant's funny. He's
Ronaldo
funny.
Ray was
But
funny.
he's
Ronaldo Ray.
successful. Like we maybe have a level of success as far as within ourselves, but we talk about they reach that now they're movie stars, and now they like Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle. We may be and I will speak on that. I don't like when comics attack other comics and say who's funny, who's not funny, blah blah blah. Maybe I'm not as funny as Esau, but I'm still funny.
No, you're not as funny as Esau.
Not even close.
The look he gave me.
But I think a lot of that. I think a lot of that is because typically in the U.S. culture, not just the black culture, it's the rejects who are funny. It's the fat people and the dark ones and the short ones are funny because you dealt with the most abuse,
right?
And you were able to regurgitate that through your humor. So your humor is going to be funnier than somebody who's always been accepted and always had the girl and
D-Ray
all
Davis
that other stuff like
been
that.
through a lot from Chicago and is funny.
Yeah.
Mike Epps.
No, he didn't say that they're not funny, but they don't reach the level of success.
Mike Epps.
Well,
but look how we gotta sit here and think, and we can count.
But that's like the big dick phenomenon. It's like black men don't have bigger dicks. It's just more black men with big dicks. So it's the same with comedy. It's like light-skinned comedians are very funny human beings because it boils down to the human experience.
Right. I'm not going to ask you about empirical data on that one.
I didn't do any research on
Google
it. No, I'm not. I'm not going to Google it.
Oh boy! But
just by look, I Google it and the dick pop up.
What did they do before Google? Encyclopedia Britannica. My
What
daddy
they do
used to
before
sell it.
Google, they pulled out the dicks. That's what they
Go to the D's in the encyclopedia, nigga.
They pull out a dick.
And look up the biggest dicks in the world.
I mean, but comedy is essentially the blues. And so a lot of times the funniest people are the people who've had the most blues. You know what I mean? So Mike Epps grew up in a very, very, very tough
He's in Gary and
situation. And he was a scary Gary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's dealt with a lot of adversity, which directly affects his comedy because he talks about it. He is who he is. Cat Williams is the same way.
I was about to say Cat Williams light skin.
Cat Williams,
Superstar.
Cat Williams is a very intelligent person who's had a lot of adversity in life. So that directly goes into his stand up and his level of comedic brilliance.
But Esau, what I'm trying to kind of steer you away from is basically claiming claiming that black men or darker men process trauma different than lighter skinned black men.
I'm not saying that
and therefore are better comedians.
No,
because
I'm
of
not
that.
saying that they process trauma different than light skin. What I'm saying is society wise, in society, whether you want to go overall society or within the black culture, darker skinned men deal with more bullshit.
I don't know. I deal with a gang of bullshit, and I'm light skinned like a motherfucker.
What I know is the black man, and I'm not saying that you're incorrect about that assertion. I don't have any data to prove it, but I would lean towards that shit is true. But I would say society looks at black men, light, brown, mocha, dark, whatever, as the enemy.
Yeah.
I would see they see us as overall.
white people.
Yes, the system sees us. They see Johnny Mack as a problem.
Yeah.
And he's light skinned.
Especially when I had that 44 Magnum.
Yeah, Johnny Mack is light skinned, but he didn't get the hair. His hair is dark skinned.
Yeah, it was tough. It was like King, you know, it was just tough being in they didn't think light skinned people. I'm from Richmond, California. It was like 9 light skinned people. They wasn't tough. They looked at you as being soft. And so I had to set out to say, you know, I got to prove them wrong.
But that's black people looking through the lens of white people. Because white people were more accepting of lighter mixed breed black people because they thought, oh, they're more genteel because they're mixed with us. But that listen, your mama will tell you one drop of our blood, and you us, and you see that manifestation in the way we deal with shit,
right?
You know, on the light skinned side of the game, Thursday, David Banner did a presentation in my hometown of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and he brought this brother with him about your complexion, your build, and when he walked in the room, it was just interesting the reaction to him. Because he FOI, all right? And he walked like he FOI.
Right.
And the people were like, something about that dude. And so whatever color you are, you know, your stride dictates a lot of how people respond to you.
Right.
Once they get past that color thing, if they're looking for some trouble, they need to look very, very closely. Because I looked at that brother's knuckles, and there wasn't some new wounds.
He ain't lying.
He done put some boppings on some brothers over the years.
I'm known for my overhand right.
And while I'm on the subject of David Banner, I'm asking everybody to hear this broadcast. Even if you don't go to the movie Friday, buy the ticket. Never Heard. It's starring David Banner, Robin Givens, some other familiar faces. Some of you people have probably worked with over the years. And what I've learned through association with David is the best thing you can do to fix a problem is to go to work and to set examples. I didn't know the extent of what you have done. I know what Marcus King has done. I know what Louis
It was really me.
done.
King ain't did shit. I did it.
Well, now we ain't gonna get. We ain't got but a minute. We have got to begin to demonstrate.
You're right.
In a broad perspective over different disciplines, how we solve some of our own problems. Because David is coming together with this brother named Wendell Stimney, who is the president of the National Association of Minority Contractors. The significance of that relationship is twofold. In the industry y'all work in, they build stuff all the time. And you very seldom see black craftsmen on these sets, and they pay prevailing wage job. And then when you get successful, you buy these nice homes and everything, and very seldom is it a black contractor. So go support Never Heard. It's only going to be out this Friday, nationwide, as a test, because they've altered the business now. They're not gambling on films like they used to. They're going to see if you can make some money.
Right.
And I know that the people that are producing this film are in the right spirit, and we need to be able to replicate that in every situation we possibly can. So go see Never Heard this Friday.
I want to go back to something he said earlier about when you, like us, like I said, all the writers was white. All the writers of our shows was black, producers, directors. We need to let that be known, because if our whole show was black and we don't tell nobody it's black, then people are going to keep thinking, oh, black people don't hire black people. So when you do a great thing, if you're in a black room, or you got a black show in Hollywood, or you got a black movie, you need to let it be known. Like, I think Eddie Murphy was the first person to hire all black everything on Coming to America.
I didn't know that till right now.
He was the first, and it was, I made the black as possible. He had all black everything. It needs to be known that black people, we do get together, we do unite, and we do hire each other, and we do work with and for each other.
Okay, Johnny, thank you for that point. Callers, you're on the line. Welcome to the Voice of Reason. What's your name and where you're calling from? Speak on it.
Speak on it.
Yo, Superstar Rail, Lord of the Realms. I'm from Queens, New York.
Queens, New York. What up, Queens?
Yeah. What up, West Coast? I just want to say one thing, man. I've messed with the darkest of women, and I even dabbled in some white women, and I gotta say,
infidel.
Like all across the board, there's like a universal craziness. I'm seeing, like, it differs with the culture and shit, because certain people are shamed for being dark, certain people are shamed for being light, but it's still like an insecurity thing, no matter what it is. Everybody got like something about themselves that they feel like is a handicap, and a lot of people don't know how to work through that shit and get over it. I used to think my hairline was fucked up. I used to think I was fat, all that shit, but it's like, it's internal. I used to think I was too light. People used to tell me when I was going outside and I put on lotion, like, nigga, you ass, you look like Casper Fart or some shit. So, I think a lot of people need to just deal with their own internal demons instead of trying to, make it seem like the color is the reason why. Because we could say, I mean, if you was golden skin, if you had diamond skin, a motherfucker going to find something about you that's like, yeah, you ain't platinum, though, and you going to still feel a way about something.
Right. Hey, brother, I appreciate you taking the time to call. Thank you for bringing QB into the building. If you want to bring your city into the building, all you got to do is call us. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Caller. And Boost Mobile. If you want to call us again, the number to dial is 323-230-4610. Let me just say this. Well, we heard that young lady from Destiny's Child, Kelly Rowland. There was some article that came out where she said she probably would have been bigger if she was light-skinned.
That makes no sense.
Why you say that makes no sense?
She was part of Destiny's Child. You weren't going to get no bigger than that.
That was pretty big.
That was pretty big, goddamn. What she want to do? She want to rewrite the Bible? She
was the biggest selling female group in history.
She wanted to be, but she talking about her career.
Well, you got to make better. I mean, she had a great song. I can't think of the one song she had. Lonnie Burrell helped her write. I can't think of the name of it. She had like 2 or 3 good hits.
Here's the thing that you can't quantify into race. Well, maybe you can, but here's the thing. Beyonce has the talent. She has the it factor.
Exactly.
Beyonce's parents had a great night. Let's just leave it at that. Pops was focused.
Flavor Flav family didn't have a good night.
They were struggling.
Everybody don't get it.
Hey, but many would disagree. Flavor Flav was a central character in the Public Enemy group.
No.
Public Enemy ain't Public Enemy without Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav always popped in the frame and popped out.
Exactly.
He wasn't good enough. If you'd let Flavor Flav stay in the frame the whole time, it wouldn't be no public.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. The clock he wore, the time was never right. That nigga clock never really worked. You never saw that clock move.
Come on, Johnny.
I would be willing to bet is if you went and Googled it, he probably right. I bet that clock didn't work.
I'm light skinned. I'm always right.
And but you know what? There's another layer. There's another layer to this colorism thing, and that's the descendant of slaves argument, which is different than the Haitian, the Nigerian, the Kenyan. See, white America would rather do business with the Haitian, the Nigerian, the Kenyan, the Ethiopian, because they don't want to do business with you because of your heritage. You, meaning DOS, descendants of slaves.
Right.
You can make the same argument for Obama. Obama is not DOS. He's not descendant of slaves. He's part Kenyan.
Right.
On his father's side, and then his mom is European. That's not us.
But his daddy did live his mama. That
So-
sound like some nigga shit to me. You can't get much more of a nigga than that. I mean,
but they did teach him how to swim.
I'll leave other people's mama. Like, I ain't gonna hang out with this bitch.
That motherfucker funny. Now, Johnny Mack is funny.
I'm getting closer to you, Esau.
You coming? I think you're funnier than me, Johnny Mack.
No,
right
but,
up there.
But I'm saying they're like layers of this type of conversation that we don't have. Like when my mother was alive, I can remember her just saying, there's a black picture on TV.
Right.
And I'm going to support it.
Exactly.
And it was like the dinner bell to let everybody know there's some black people on TV.
That's
She didn't really know if these motherfuckers was African or
they was black.
She didn't care.
Exactly.
It's just there's some black people on TV. And sometimes we do that culturally when other cultures who are black are taking advantage of situations that descendants of slaves have no idea about. And they actually will compete with us and elbow us out and make sure that we don't get hip to what's going on. Mm-hmm. So how do we deal with that?
Or could it be the white people in America don't want to deal with black people, as you say, DOS, because they created us? They know, like, oh, we're going to be some angry...
We the bastard in the attic.
Exactly. So we can't deal with this guy because we know it's going to be some skullduggery.
Well,
because that's what you did, motherfucker.
Since I'm like African American, I'm a descendant of a slave, and I don't actually know where I come from. Then fucking, I'm gonna just pick one. I'm Nigerian. Hell yeah.
Not me.
I'm Nigerian. Nigerian, man. You better.
You
better eat some Nigerian food.
I'm from
before
the Watusi tribe.
Yeah, you better eat some Watusi food before you get to claiming Watusi.
I know I'm only 5'9", but goddamn it, if I'm
Nigerians be throwing down in that kitchen,
if you
man.
can claim Nigeria, I can claim a Watusi.
Yeah. You could be Watusi. I'm Nigerian.
You can't claim Watusi. You light skinned and little. That's like.
But if I'm
in Watusi, where Manute Bo came from?
No, they like 7 feet tall.
7 feet tall.
But to the pygmy tribe, I am a fucking giant. This nigga right here.
To the pygmy tribe, you're a colonizer.
I'm going to Jeopardy.
To the pygmy tribe, you're a colonizer.
You're a colonizer to those pygmies.
But the reason why I bring all of that up is to say, man, we have a complicated story. We have layers. There's nuance. It's a lot going on, and a lot of that is how we see our relationships, the filter we look at our relationships through. So, again,
I don't really see a black man. I'm going back to you.
You don't want me to end the show? Okay, cool. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, the show's over?
Yeah.
I don't know, but even in what's the movie,
shit.
The Black Panther, a white man saved the day.
No, he didn't.
Hey, I just wanted to say real quick that In a Man's World begins November 15th here on Dash Radio. So we're really excited about it. TDP,
What's the name
Jeff.
of it?
It's called In a Man's World.
Are you going on tour with James Brown?
No, it's when
sorry.
you can just come sit down and just talk and hear some man conversation. And we're excited to be here.
That's why he showed up late so he could do the commercial.
But we want to thank you guys for allowing us to be a part of it, and we're really excited. November 15th, that's Thursday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Most niggas gonna be at work.
Nice. Well,
so y'all battling Jeff now?
Is that
what y'all want to do?
Is that Jeff's hour?
Yeah.
Well, we'll do fine.
Hey, 30 seconds, though.
Go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead, Bobby.
I think it's all important going forward from the last show that we did, that we look at resolutions,
right,
and make some affirmations. I've learned a lot today, and I think what we need to do to get better and stronger out of necessity is to share each other's stories.
That's true.
We must begin to let these young people know that there are people out here that you would be better emulating than the images that you are gravitating towards today. And I'm proud to be in the room with some brothers of accomplishment. And if we don't do anything else, find somebody that you can sow into their lives.
Right.
Thank you so much.
We have to have that right about now.
Thank you, guys, man. I appreciate everybody for coming in and chiming in on the Mansions series. Thank you so much. I'm Zo Williams, the voice of reason. You've been listening.
And I'm hungry. You got to start having food here.
Turn his mic off. Just turn it off.
Gotta have chicken.
Just turn it off. You've been listening to the voice of reason on Dash Talk X. We're here 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to tune in. Download the Dash Radio app. Zo Williams, I'll be back next week. I'm traveling. No show Friday, but that's all right. I'll be back Monday. Let's get it started. I'm Zo Williams, the voice of reason. I'll holler at you later. Deuces.
I can sit in.